You know, I always think about this all the time, about how every YouTuber has their own story. They have their own story, they have their way of why they're doing what they do, and I feel like I've never told you why I'm here. You know, I ask myself this question sometimes as well, and as I dive into that, let's try to break 11 likes for today's video. You know, I fondly remember how this all started, you know, how I got into my enthusiasm of YouTube. It's because I started watching commentators like Hutch and CNanners back in 2009, 2010, when Modern Warfare 2 was the biggest game around. You know, I was such a sucker for those commentaries back in the day that CNanners did, and specifically, he always had so much enthusiasm, so much to say, and his perspective on life was so interesting for the 13-year-old boy that I was years ago. I remember when I was watching on my iPod, I thought to myself, why can't I do this? Why can't I be like them? For years, I've always wanted to do YouTube, but I just couldn't. You know, the first barrier of entry that I had was my parents. They didn't believe in the idea at first. You know, buying all the equipment, it cost so much money, and they just didn't agree with the spending. And it took a very long time for me to even convince my mom to help fund everything that I have today to make these videos. The second barrier that I had was the simple fact that I was a little kid. You know, I feel for you guys. I feel for all the little kids out there watching this video. I know it sucks being a gamer when you're a little boy. I remember fondly of the day when I was playing MW2 and all these, you know, supposed deep voice puberty hitting kids were making fun of how young I was. You know, they were telling me that I was a squeaker, you know, that I didn't belong here, I shouldn't be playing Call of Duty, you're too young to play, you're only 12 years old, you know, the typical thing all young gamers have to face when playing online. It made me feel bad, I'm not gonna lie. There were days where I felt terrible about playing online video games. And I thought to myself that, you know, I'm too young to do YouTube then if this is how people treat me online. And I feel like the biggest irony and hypocrisy of all is that everybody that tells these little kids that they're too young to be playing Call of Duty, they were those same kids when they were younger. The day that I turned 16 is when I started my YouTube channel, and from then on it was no regrets. You know, I remember I was so scared. It took about like 3-4 hours to do my video, the very first video that I ever made. It took me a while to do it. You know, I just kept redoing it. I was really nervous about what people would think of me. You know, I was really nervous about, you know, how people would portray me and if they would even take me seriously. You know, I had a lot of that, you know, when I first started. You know, I had my own friends tell me that I shouldn't be doing this, that I'm being stupid, and they use the word retarded, and I don't like using that word, but they called me a retard for wanting to try to do this. And I'm glad I didn't listen to those people, because what I had today is 11,000 views. And the great thing about my YouTube story and everyone's YouTube story is that it doesn't come to an end. My story still has new chapters, new beginnings, and new pathways for me to take. You know, I have a goal and an ambition, as I've stated all the time throughout my YouTube career, that I want to hit 1 million subscribers. In my 2015 high school yearbook, every graduating senior has to write a quote to everybody in the school. It can be anything they want it to be. And in my quote, I said this: to accomplish great things, you must not only act, but also dream. Not only dream, but also believe. YouTube.com/MysticalPrime. Hashtag road to 1 million subs. Hashtag thank you YM, which is the name of my school. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. This is my YouTube story, and if you're a YouTuber, or if you're an aspiring YouTuber, let me know in the comment section down below your story right now. How did you start YouTube? Why did you start? Or if you're an aspiring YouTuber, tell me what is it that's driving you to want to do YouTube in the future. But anyway, comment down below, hashtag my YouTube story along with your comment, and leave a like down below. Try to break 10 likes. Subscribe if you're brand new to my channel. But my name is MysticalPrime. Hope you guys all had a wonderful time, and I'll see all you amazing people in the next one. Peace.
If you're ready or not, give it all that you got. Turn it up now. You